Man, y'all, what happened to George Floyd is extremely sad. It's heartbreaking, and my heart goes out to him. But as I was scrolling on social media, it really grieved my spirit to see everybody taking this thing personal. I'm not saying don't stand up for justice. Yes, we should stand up for justice. That's what we're supposed to do. Yes, I know we're human. We're going to experience feelings. I get that. But I came to let somebody know that we cannot take this thing personal. Why? Paul instructs us in Ephesians 6. He said, finally, brethren, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand firm against the strategies of the devil. This is the part I'm getting to. For we do not wrestle against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against rulers of this darkness of age, against spiritual hosts of wickedness in high places. So there are levels to this thing. The enemy, you got Satan, who's the highest, the chief. He's running things, and then you got principalities, you got powers. There are levels to this thing, and they have a job, and that is to attack. Their job is to steal, kill, and destroy. Doesn't John 10:10 say the thief coming but to steal, kill, and destroy? They are on assignment. They have declared war, and it's not you. So stop taking it personal. But it's the God that lives on the inside of us. I had to learn to stop taking things personal, thinking, oh my God, it's me. What am I doing wrong? No, it's the God that lives on the inside of me. And Satan already declared war many years ago against God's children. So he's just doing his job. Yes, racism. So in his mind, he's thinking, okay, racism. Let me throw racism out there because this is something else that'll divide the kingdom. A kingdom divided cannot stand. And that is why in Ephesians, he says, be strong in the Lord and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God that you may be able to stand firm. Stand firm against the strategies of the devil. A kingdom divided cannot stand. That you may be able to stand firm against the strategies of the devil. The thing is, we have not been standing. Selah, as David would say. We have not been standing. We have to put our armor on. We're going to have to pray. We're going to have to fast. We can't fight this fight in the natural. We can't fight this fight in flesh. Satan operates from a place of flesh. He can't operate out of the spirit. So when we're acting and moving out of flesh, we're opening up doors. We're opening up doors for Satan to enter in, for the enemy, principalities and powers to enter in, rulers of this darkness of age, spiritual hosts and wickedness in heavenly places. We cannot open those doors. We cannot operate out of flesh. I'm not saying you always get it right. No, we're not perfect. We don't always get it right. But you got to pray, man. You got to fast your way through this. You see what's going on in Minnesota? Who's praying? We have to come together as a body and begin to intercede. Where are the intercessors? We have to rise up. We cannot act out of flesh. I know people are hurt. It grieved me to see the police officer with his knee on that man's neck, and he was telling him he could not breathe. Yes, that's tragic. That's sad. That is sad to see how the enemy controls people. But Paul, and the words that he spoke, and God's words still stand. We do not wrestle against flesh and blood. We don't. But against powers and principalities and rulers of this darkness of age and spiritual hosts in high places. We don't operate. We don't wrestle against flesh and blood. And that's what we have to remember. This thing is spiritual. It's spiritual. It's spiritual. This is not our home. This is not our forever home. We're just passing through. We are to be spiritual minded at all times. Don't fight the fight in flesh. Fight it in the spirit. Because when we come together as a body, when we stand together, man, we get to knocking the devil upside his head. And then he tries to throw tricks out there like racism and things with like politics and stuff like that to try to divide us. Oh, let me throw racism. Oh man, they've been interceding through this COVID-19. Let me throw another rock in the fan so they can be divided. Let me separate the whites from the blacks. And then we feeling some type of way because our white brothers and sisters ain't standing up. Should they? Absolutely. But it's a trick of the enemy. We cannot be ignorant. We cannot be ignorant. Love. We got to love one another.